factor why a lot of people like Niger is because of the Niger flavor. And what's the Niger flavor? The media. Our skits, our films, our music. When we came into film, the first thing we got bombarded with Lil Win was like, why would he bring Nigerians to come and tell the Ghana story? The guy just saw the business angle of things and he decided to like do what you call partnership or co-production thingy. He'll get into the market there, and then when he becomes big tomorrow, everybody's now tagging along. But in the beginning, you drag him down. It's like crab in the bucket.
Oh, share NG TV.
I told you the Nollywood actors are still here. They are doing their best, and I can't wait to watch this particular movie, especially to see Ramsey Noah.
Yes, sir.
I've been watching you way back when I was in school. You are still young.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Look closely.
Oh no, you've not changed. You've not changed so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you know what? You have a lot of girlfriends here in Ghana. Do you know about that?
Why that makes me laugh so much is because why girlfriends? Why not even like you have lots of fans, both male and female. Why specifically girlfriends?
They are not just fans. So you've not met them yet.
How come you know them? Where you know them from?
I'm a Ghanaian,
hey.
And we watch your movies with them.
And
they
say
will
what?
say, hey, Ramsey Noah, he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
I love this guy.
And that's it.
Especially when your girlfriend praises you on TV. You get angry.
You get angry,
Yeah.
Yes. I know that thing, I know. Even my wife does the same thing.
Oh, okay.
She prays some Hollywood actors.
Like, you know how that one feels?
Yeah. So it'll be like she's like, oh, we're probably watching a movie together. And bro, let's just assume that we're eating popcorn. And then she goes, oh my God, Keanu Reeves, I love him so much. And then I won't say anything. After a while, maybe the popcorn was finished. You say, honey, can you help get some popcorn? I say, send your boyfriend
to go and buy
bring you popcorn for you.
Oh, that shows that you are a very good actor, how you handle your movies, especially the romantic roles. Ramsey.
Yeah, back in the days.
Yeah. When you are with Ini Edo, Genevieve Energy, those girls, how you handle them in your movies, it seems real.
The way you
how do you do that?
I don't know, it's just performance. I think it's just the way you deliver the act. You try to make it as real as possible as an actor. You have to try and bring out the reality of the acting side so it doesn't look like it's being acted. You have to make it look as real as possible. So in my career, my span of my years in the industry, I've told myself that I have to try by all means to make my performance as real, as authentic as possible. I think that's what is what I've imbibed in my career so far that has probably stood the test of time.
This movie, Guardian Angel, wow! That movie, with that small boy, we watched that movie part 1. And the next day, people are rushing to go and search for the next part. That movie.
Yeah, unfortunately, the director and the producer passed on a couple of years back. And, but so far, it's been something they shot way back in the mid-2000s. So it's quite an old one. But it's a good thing that it still resonates even till now. I'm really happy that people like it. Yeah. I'm really happy. I'm happy that they love it. Yeah.
That movie, it was shown on TV, and the next day, people are rushing to go and buy the CD to watch that particular movie. Talking about Kojo Cancer Lawrence project, the first day you received that call that you were coming to Kumasi to shoot that movie, how did you picture that producer called Kojo Cancer Lawrence?
In all fairness to Lil Win, I didn't know about him.
Oh, okay.
I did not know about him.
You've not watched any of his movies in Nigeria before?
No, never.
Wow.
And it's not because, it's just that I'm a bit slow on watching some of this kind of movies, I like a situation where I'm not a comedy person.
Oh, okay.
I'm not into comedy as such.
Okay.
I am more very intent, production and drama and stuff like that. So, with that said, I didn't know until I came into Ghana. Though when we started talking over the phone, I googled him and I realized how big this guy is. And I'm like, oh my God, this guy is like a big star here. That's great. That's awesome. And we came down, and we got talking, and realized he's a very humble guy, like very easygoing personality. No excesses, no extras, and that was quite endearing. And ever since we've been here, it's been like he didn't let us miss home that much. He made it seem like even though we were filming here in like some distant part of Kumasi, but even at that, we're not like, oh, we're homesick. He tries to give us the balance of Nigerian food and Ghana food, very complete. So it's been so easy and smooth with him, and I kind of like grew up to like him and appreciate him more. And yeah, it's a good thing that I actually embarked on it. I'm glad that I'm part of the project, and I look forward to more prospective jobs with him.
We heard that you are the one forwarding this movie to Netflix. That's what I heard. How true is it?
Not necessarily true. We worked on it in so many ways where we can see how we can facilitate that. It's not my call. I told them already. They are aggregators that work for Netflix. And these aggregators, I can connect them to the aggregators. And the aggregators will be the determining factor to say, oh, it's Netflix viable or Netflix, whatever. So basically, that's what we agreed upon, But it's not me. I'm not going to do it. I don't do it direct. I'm not an aggregator for Netflix. So I don't do it direct, straight up to Netflix, kind of like connection. No, it's not mine. Because there are standards. There are basic protocols that needs to be followed suit before that is obtainable.
If this movie is done, do you think the standard can reach that level, the Netflix level, comparing how directions are going, how the story itself is?
I have explained to them technically some of the shortcomings, but that's in-house. It's not something I can disclose right now, to the media. There are so many things that we can probably fine-tune as we go. So if I say anything now and it contradicts whatever it is we're going to do tomorrow, then it won't work. So let's not go and be jumping ahead of time or jumping the gun. Let's just stay put and find out what happens afterwards. Yeah, fingers crossed.
Okay. You see, during the years, the Nollywood industry, it keep growing. As compared to Ghana, we are striving. I asked Charles this question. What are you Nigerians doing that we are? Because as compared to our movie industry now to then, it's not the same. A lot of actors in Ghana actually they are no more. The industry is not here in Ghana. But you Nigeria, watching movies from Nigeria, powerful movies. What are you guys doing right?
Okay, patronage, I believe. In my own opinion, I think like Nigerians patronize their movies a lot. Their skits, their films, everything. They work on it. Funke Akindele, for instance, now she has a huge patronage even in cinemas. Like she broke the box office like a couple of times.
Okay.
Wow. And that's some great feats, to achieve. So basically, I think first things first. I think Ghanaians need to first start to appreciate what their own, right? That's the first things first. Second is, no man is an island. Like when we go about always trying to blast, what are we doing with Nigerian brothers, or why the Nigerian brothers here, or why is Ghana there, or what's Ghana doing in this place and this. I think in this generation we've outgrown all of those things. I think it's for maybe back in our days when we have fathers and daddies and uncles that were very traditional. But in this generation, I'm wondering, what are you guys doing? You can't be like that. It's not possible. Because the truth about it is like I mentioned earlier, no man is an island. Why are we trying to say we don't need each other, to grow, or we don't need each other, to make it better? Disregard all those things that who's topping the chart. Let's put aside the competitions. Let's talk about the coexistence. And the coexistence has to do with both business, relationship, brotherhood, and every other thing. Let's start to look into those things a bit more. Competition is healthy. Once it's healthy, competition is good. But so far, it hasn't been healthy. So it's not good. One thing I like, I'm very, very happy with especially with AFCON. AFCON brought about like a break and a make. Like okay, Niger and Ghana. So Ghana saw their own internal issues with their players. They were very upset with the players. They were angry. They were cursing themselves out. They were already cursing themselves out. So it's good. And afterwards, so basically, next in Ghana, they were asking, who would you want to win? Nigeria or
Ghana.
No. After Ghana lost, and then it was now Nigeria and
Talking about the recent one,
yes, the AFCON. It was Nigeria, the last one that they lost.
they played with Nigeria no boy
Ivory Coast.
Cote d'Ivoire.
Was it Cote d'Ivoire?
Cote d'Ivoire.
I don't know which was next.
The finals, no?
Yes, the finals. Cote d'Ivoire.
Cote d'Ivoire.
So I don't know. I'm trying to remember where they were just. It was sampling. Okay, Niger or Cote d'Ivoire. Niger or Cote d'Ivoire. And everyone was like Niger. Even Ghanaians like Niger.
Yeah.
Okay. Now. No hard feelings whatsoever. No hard feelings, right? Ivory Coast are still our brothers.
Yeah.
It's not as if there was anything.
Okay.
But for some reason, people love Niger. And why so? Do you think it's because of the football team? No. There's more to
There's a
it,
lot to
right?
that, yeah.
Fine. Now, one of the compelling factor why a lot of people like Niger is because of the Niger flavor. And what's the Niger flavor? The media. Our skits, our films, our music. A whole lot of people are bought into it because they love it. Yeah? So for some reason, they have affinity with them. Now, Ivory Coast, I don't think too many people know about Ivory Coast's music,
We don't know
skits,
more,
or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get
so,
you.
so there's sort of like, there's a fine front
Yeah.
to make you want to like the Nigerian people. And that was created by citizens of Nigeria, not even the government.
Okay.
So the point is that I share with you now is like, what effort are you making to also make that happen? Because it's not
Talking about Ghana.
yeah, with Ghana now.
Okay. What effort are we
Yeah,
making
to be in that
keep
same space.
Yeah. I'm getting your point now. because
Exactly.
We when we go on football match, we support ourselves, but when we lose, we support Nigerians.
Yes.
And we love Nigeria. Ghanaians and Nigerians, we have this
In
competition.
fact, I think, in fairness, I think when you think about Africa, I think Nigeria and Ghana are the most
Yeah.
closest
Yeah.
brothers
Yeah.
than any other nation in the whole of Africa that I can see unequivocally without a doubt. I don't know, maybe because of the proximity. Well, we can't say the proximity because of the Nigeria and Ghana are pretty very close. Flight distance. No, Togo is closer, but I think maybe because Togo is French. Maybe that's why.
the language barrier.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But otherwise, Ghana is the closest brother you can think about to Nigeria, or Nigeria to Ghana. So that's the look into it. So what I'm saying is like, what is Ghana people doing
That is the issue.
to make their media strong, because the truth about that's what Hollywood did. Hollywood, what they built in Hollywood is not superpower military weapons. They built on news and entertainment. So they created Hollywood, and then they created news.
Yeah.
And that was the strongest drawing factor for them. They pushed that agenda, and that made them superpowers.
It's really worked for them too.
Yeah. So that's the point you're supposed to be looking at now, And then, for all I know, in my own opinion, I think there's need for Africans to come together and make that work. And it doesn't require everybody being independent or say, oh, I'm Ghanaian, oh, I'm Rwandese, oh, I'm South African, I'm Ugandan. Brother, leave all those things. Africans, we are one. And I think the sooner we start to register that in our hearts, then we can start to face the world. But if we keep doing, this, I am this, that tribalism, this is where I come from, this is what I stand for, and you forget the fact that you're still black skinned and you're still an African, well, sad. I'm sorry that it won't work, because the only way it can work is everybody comes together. And that's my opinion. So if we shed away all the bad blood, and because when we came to film, the first thing we got bombarded with Lil Win was like, why would he bring Nigerians to come and tell the Ghana story? I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking like, what kind of question is that? You guys have been shooting all by yourself all this while. Why is one particular title different? Is it because of his personality or his status of being a Lil Win? I'm like, guys, stop all of this. Because you're not going anywhere with that kind of remark. You never will grow. The guy just saw the business angle of things and he decided to like do what you call partnership or co-production thingy. He'll get into the market there, and then when he becomes big tomorrow, everybody's now tagging along. But in the beginning, you drag him down. It's like crab in the bucket. A crab is trying to go out and the other ones are pulling him back down. You need to start to grow and start to think further, bigger. Especially this generation. All this, I am this, I am that. I'm not, like, I'm Nigerian, but I'm also African. Come and do it, my friend. In fact, you're saying it from a distance. Show him.
He's running. I'm loving your conversation.
Yeah. So the sooner we actually come together and then look ourselves at not just individually, like, okay, I'm Ghanaian, I'm African. If you're an African, you're an African brother, and that's what I stand for. You get what I'm saying? Live Nigeria, live South Africa, live whatever, live everybody. Are you an African? I'm happy to meet you, brother, and that's what that matters to me. And until we start to have that mindset, then we will never go further than where we are.
Ramsey, I think the darkness is approaching. I want to ask you this question. How is the Nigerian government supporting the Nollywood industry?
Oh, they tend to push all agendas to make sure that it thrives. And I mean, we have our, don't get me wrong, we, like every other society, we have our ups and downs, right? Yes, but there's been a lot of strategic positioning for the government for us in some ways. Not all that in totality, but there's a new dispensation right now in government, and they're looking at expanding that. And they have, committed with words. We're waiting for the execution of those commitments. So I really can't say for now what the new dispensation is going to give in total, but they have committed in words saying that they would help the industry grow in so many ways. So we're waiting for that to happen. So they don't think that is smooth there. Okay. But however, it's important that the government gives an enabling environment for the entertainment to thrive. Not stifling those, or there's need for it to grow, because entertainment is how you project who you are, what you stand for, your beliefs and your culture. And that's the way you project it. It's through media. It's not just going to say tourism. You put some people who know how to say Akwaba, wear the costumes, and that's it. You need to show people how it's done in filmmaking, the beauty of it all, the food, how it's eaten, and how all of that is impacted into the daily living in Ghana. It's the same thing in Nigeria.
All right, we are on set and we are talking to Ramsey Noah, the handsome Ramsey Noah. They refuse to grow. Ramsey Noah.
Thank
Ramsey,
you,
what are you telling people about this particular movie, a country called Ghana? Tell them something for them to fall in love with that particular movie. No,
I don't do that. I really don't push marketing for a movie that's not yet out.
Oh, okay.
All I say is, they'll watch out for it. I think there is already, media team pushing that agenda. I'm not the one for that. I am the one for saying I'm part of the movie. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's automatic that you watch it. We are all part of it. Lil Win is part of it. It's just a message. The story is like a satire. You're talking about political issues that's probably befallen the African man over the years, and it's still there. It's still very much pending, and has not changed. So we're telling those things, even though jokingly, but there's truth in it. So that's a bit more of it. That the content is more of a reason why I feel like you should watch it. Forget the slapsticks and all of those things. Let's look at the message, because it's very important. It's one of the reasons why I actually embarked on this journey, because it was meant to talk about how we sell ourselves out, how we become very greedy, the black man, how we want to just oppress the other black man, how we do that to ourselves, and the sooner we outgrow those mentality, the only way we can make things better, not just for us, but for our generation to come.
All right, this is where we end our conversation for today.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for Ramsey
Thank you for
talking
having
to
me.
Polino Multimedia, and I've really enjoyed your conversation.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
Guys, are you going to cut the camera now?
No, cut it. Thank you.
Oshé NG TV.